Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and thank you for joining us as always. A pleasure to have you looking at us, having a go at some variant Sudoku, maybe having a go at it yourself. This second video in the evening is always a bit more of an opportunity for you to have a go if you're new to variant Sudoku. And Samantha has provided us with many puzzles over the years, and often of a very approachable kind, or fairly approachable. I mean, I'd say Samantha is providing medium level difficulty puzzles, maybe trending very slightly on the easier side of medium, but that, of course, hubris often leads to a fall. So we'll see how we go today. Yeah, so the rules of this puzzle are, well, I'll go through them in a moment. And it's called the Illuminati, and it involves a new sort of rule for the green cells. We'll have a look at that in a moment. It's just called Illuminati, in fact. I don't want to make mistakes. Now, don't forget that on Patreon we've got a fabulous new Nurikabi puzzle pack hunt. Loads of people getting through those puzzles, and very well done to them for that. It's by Blobs, who created The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings hunts. It's brilliant, and what more can I say? Get over there, check it out. There's also solution videos to prior month puzzles. There's crossword and connections videos, new one coming tomorrow, and all sorts going on. So please join us on Patreon and have a go at some of our apps, maybe. They do feature Cryptic and Killer Sudoku, or Domino and Killer Sudoku, as well as our latest Fog of War Sudoku. And they are good fun. Now, what else have we got? We've also got SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD and our merch on the links under the video. But the first link is to this puzzle, Illuminati by Samantha. Now, I know the only connection I have with the Illuminati is that they're a sort of conspiracy theory secret society. I mean, I know they were probably a real secret society starting in the Middle Ages, but concealing truths and something to do with Christianity. Anyway, they are a rule applying. So let me go through the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Now, the green cells, look at these. So there's 9 of them. A digit on an Illuminati cell cannot repeat along the 4 orthogonal and 4 diagonal directions from the given cell. So all of these digits are basically obeying Queen Sudoku rules, I think. So whatever you put in this cell, let's call it purple, cannot repeat in any of the diagonal directions from there, or any of the horizontal or vertical. I suppose horizontal or vertical is obvious, because that's Sudoku rules. But it's odd to not repeat on any of the diagonal directions. So they're like queens, those. Also, in this puzzle, they form a magic square. An extended magic square. So these 3 will add up to the same as these 3 and these 3. Same total for these 3. Any vertical run of green cells, and any diagonal run of green cells. So those 3 will add up to the same, and those 3. And they are obviously the digits 1 to 9. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but they don't have repeats. White dots contain consecutive digits. Black dots have digits with a ratio of 1 to 2. Purple lines, these are Renban lines, they contain consecutive digits in any order. And in a killer cage, digits can't repeat, and they sum to the number given. So normal rules, apart from the strange green Illuminati cells. Give it a try on the first link under the video. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. When I glanced over the rules, I thought it was saying that this couldn't have a repeat within 4 cells. That's not what it said at all, but there we go. I've worked it out now. I've actually read the rules. Right. Black dot sequence of 3 different digits, because they're all in the same box, tells me that this is a 2 or a 4. This must either go 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. These indeed therefore come from that sequence, that family of digits. Now, What does that mean for the 9 cage? I don't know. Let's do some magic square theory. So I know what this cell is, and you probably know what it is as well. If you've dealt at all in our videos or anywhere else with 3 by 3 magic squares using the digits 1 to 9, you will know that the central cell has to be a 5. And the way that we prove that is by saying this central cell forms part of 4 different sums of 3 digits. And the only digit that can form with 4 other pairs to make 15 is 5. Then we wonder where 1 and 9 will go. If they went in corners of this, they would have to be able to sit in 3 different groups of 3 cells, and they can't. So 1 and 9 will go orthogonally, touching as it were. I mean, I know they're a bit distanced in this puzzle, but these cells will be the odd cells. Once 1 and 9 have to be in those 4 cells, you will note that because we're reaching a total of 15 every time, that's 45 divided by 3, we're going to have 1 odd and 2 even in every row, column. Well, apart from these rows and columns where we've got 3 odds, every time we have an even cell, we're going to have another even cell in a row. Anyway, so that's going to put 2, 4, 6, 8 in the corners. Now, that is 2 or 4 and is on this diagonal. That doesn't quite resolve which pair of even numbers those are. $20 cage? If it didn't have 9 in, it would have to be 875, and that's not possible. So it does have 9 in the 20 cage, along with 2 digits adding up to 11, which can't involve 5, 4, or 2. So they're not 5, 6, or 4, 7. And they're not 9, 2, so they are 8, 3. So that's 9, 8, 3. Now 8 is not on the black dot sequence, and it must be a 1, 2, 4 sequence with 2 in the middle. And now we do know what these green cells are, because of this rule, the Illuminati rule, they can't involve a 2. So I'm taking 2 out, and now to add up to 15 with that 5, they have to be a 4, 6 pair. So that's dealt with 4, 6 in the green. That means these 2 are 2 and 8. These cells are 6 and 7, because that's all we've got left for the middle box. And this, on the purple line now, suddenly we're deploying all the weapons in our arsenal. That doesn't allow this in the corner to be, in the corner of the magic square, to be a 2, because that couldn't connect up. So that's an 8, that's a 2. Now, 8 is going to not go with 7 or 9 in the rows and columns of the magic square. So that's a 1, 3 pair. This is a 7, 9 pair over this side. This cage is either 2, 3, 4 or 2, 1, 6. I don't know the answer to that yet. Oh, this Renban. That can't be a 9 and reach these digits, so I'm taking that out. No, don't know what to do next. But good progress already, and not too difficult to get this far if you remember all the bits that combine in this. Now, these are going to use up 1s in the row and column between them, because there has to be a 1 in one of those cells. And that is going to determine the 1 in these green cells. I don't really know what to do with that. Okay, I'm going to have a little think about this one. If that's a 6, that's 8, and that's 7. And this couldn't be 7, no, that's not very helpful. 21 cage, doesn't have to have a 9 in it, it could be 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's tricky. I'm not quite sure where to go next. Gosh. If that was a 3, this would have to be a 4. That is 1 or 3. Maybe I think about this black dot. Is that of any interest? Not yet. Well, one of those has to be a 1, I think, by virtue of the fact that there are 2 1s between those cells. So that can't be a 1. I mean, that is the most minor inference possible, isn't it? I don't know. Should I be able to tell that there's no 3, 4 here? If that's a 3, this can't be 3, 4. But if that's a 1, this can't be 1, 6. Oh, let's have a think then. If that's a 1, that's 4, that's 1. I mean, that's quite interesting. If that's a 1, it turns out this has to be a 3. So let me just take you through that chain of reasoning. If this is a 1, that's a 4, this is a 1. Now, because that's a 1 and it's on a diagonal with these cells, there can't be a 1 here. They would have to be 3, 4. But we just said that, oh no, if that's a 1, that's a 4. So 3 would be there. I got it the wrong way round. So if that's a 1, that's a 3. Otherwise, that's a 3. So all that's telling me, I think, is that this can't be a 3. It might be telling me something else, but I can't work it out. Wow, I don't know what to do at all. This black dot, that black dot. Something to do with the Illuminati cells. That 4-6 pair is seeing, I guess, the rest of this diagonal. None of them can be 4 or 6 again. It just doesn't look interesting. I mean, I almost want to treat it like a diagonal in which there are no repeats, but that's not what it's saying at all. It's just saying no 4s or 6s repeat again in it. That doesn't matter for this. No, it doesn't matter for this Renban. I thought maybe it would. Gosh, I don't know what to do next. So, got to a certain point in this puzzle, then totally stuck. Just as with 1s here, that the fact that there has to be a 1 there is going to dictate these. There has to be a 9 in one of these cells going against a 9 in one of the green cells. Those two can't have a 9 in because of this 7-9 pair. There we go. So this 21 cage does not have a 9 in. Indeed, it is now 8-7-6, and those two cells can't have a 7 in because of this diagonal that's been created with 7-9 on it. So that is the 7. This is a 6-8 pair. Okay, that's now a 6. On the Renban, that's a 7. And now this is not 6, because that would have to be 8, and that would have to be 7, and that would be broken. So this is 4, that's 3. Now we can do the magic square. 8 plus 4 is 12. We need to get up to 15. That's a 3. This is a 7. 3, 5, and 7 across the green middle row is 15. 2, 7, and 6 is 15. 6, 1, 8. And this is a 9. And the magic square is done. Now we can unwind the 1s and the 9s in the central box. 9, that must be 8. That fixes 6 and 8. I imagine this is done now. No, I don't think it is. It's either 3 there, 4 there, or it's a 1-6 pair. No, we've got this diagonal rule. It's not a 1-6 pair. It is that 4 and 3. There we go. Now the rest is probably finishing off, I think. I don't know. Are we through the hard part? It's hard to be sure. Oh, where does 6 go in row 5? It doesn't go there because that would need a 3 here. So 6 is there. This black dot, that is 2, 4, or 8. Okay, that's not quite as informative as I was hoping. These are also from 2, 4, 8 though. So this is odd. If that's even on a white dot, this must be odd, and it's not 3 or 7. That's not thrilling information. Okay, this can't be a 6, 3 black dot. This cell, indeed, the only black dot digits available are 1, 2, and 4. It can't be a 1 because that would be a 2. Oh, it's on a diagonal with a 1 as well. Oh, okay, all right, calm down. This is 1 or 4. That can't be a 4 because this can't be 2 or 8. Beautiful. So that's a 2. This is 1 or 4. This can't be 2. This can't be 2. The 2 in the middle row is fixed over here. This is 1 or 4, but it's on a diagonal from that 1. Oh, I'm glad I spotted that. Right, that 4, 8 pair has ruled out 1 on the white dot. I think I'm right to focus on the dots where I can because they actually give me a little bit of traction. But now it may have run out. Anyway, 9's in one of those cells. These are from 3, 5, 6. On the white dot here, this isn't allowed to be 5 or 4. So it's going to be 2 or 6 or 7. Okay, I need to do more with the Illuminati. Oh, this Renban is 2 or 5. And it's not allowed to be 5. Ah, that's quite a big thing. Ever since the middle, 5 couldn't have appeared on one of these Renbans. I didn't really notice that clearly. Okay, but that's become a 2. So we get 2 in one of those cells. We've got already 2 in one of those. It's not going very far. 8 is in one of those 2. 7 and 8 are up here. Now, there must be Illuminati rules. No, 7, no, they're not affected. Okay. I don't know. Is it easy to apply these Illuminati rules? I'm not finding it easy at all. Maybe I'm just not good at spotting these diagonal connection constraints. 3 isn't allowed to be there or there. So in box thingy, in box 2, it also can't be there. It's in one of those 3 positions, but that's a little more than I wanted to deal with. All this is telling me is that 6 can't be there now. Not very interesting. I don't know. I don't think the rule's all that helpful anymore. These must include a 1. They're from 159. I've been incredibly bad at predicting how useful this rule would be. It was very useful when I wasn't expecting it. And now when I am expecting it to be useful, it's not being very helpful at all as far as I can see. Which is quite amusing. Samantha's had me rather badly fooled here. I can't deal with that white dot. I don't know what it is. Oh, yes, I do. Look, 9 is looking at that cell by the Illuminati rule. There we go, fooled again. Unlike the Who, I will get fooled again. Right, we've got a 1-9 pair there now. 17962. I don't know. Where does that get me? 5's in one of these cells, and the Illuminati rule's not fixing anything there. Oh, this has become a 1. That's suddenly very obvious. 6 is down in one of these. Now, it's not ruled out of there by the Illuminati rule. 8 is in one of those by Sudoku, but not the corner by Illuminati. 1, 2, 8, 6, 3. is in one of those cells. These are from 4, 5, 7, 9. So 1 and 2 have to be up here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know how this is meant to be approached at this point. 1, 4, 5, 8, 9. That can't be 2. Should I think about the white dots more? Because they are something sort of concrete that's going on. This is 3, 5, 6, or 9. Oh, I see. This can't be a 1 on the white dot, of course. So 1 is now placed in column 3. That's going to give me a 1 somewhere up here, but it could be on the white dot there. It couldn't be there on the white dot, because that can't be 2. One in this box is in one of those 2 cells. The Illuminati rule's not fixing anything about 1s for me. Oh, that 3 sees this cell. So that can't be 3. This now can't be 2. Now 6 must be on that white dot. And that's not 6. Now 2 is definitely here in this box. And that makes this a 1, and that places 4 here, and this isn't allowed to be 5, so, oh, hang on, this is 3, 6, or 7. I was going to say that 5 in the box has to be here, but I was missing that it could be there. Now, 1 is in one of these 3 cells. The Illuminati rule's not touching those. 7 is ruled out of that cell, so it's in one of those 2. 6 is in one of those 2, so it's not here in box 7. It must be there. That places 8. Good pencil marking. The pencil marking was very helpful there, extraordinarily. So often the pencil marking isn't particularly helpful, but it really did a job there. Now 4 can be placed in box 7, and then in column 2, and then the last 4 in the grid goes in box 3. We've got 3 and 5 to place in column 2. That is 5 or 7. Now, this isn't allowed to be 5, of course. 5 is not allowed in these cells by the rule. So 5's definitely in one of those 2. This can be 7. We are, in fact, having repeating 7s on that diagonal. 8 is in one of those. I'm still not cruising through this at all. 8, 4, 6, 2. These must be odd, which is a surprising finding. Doesn't really help. It does mean 6 is in one of these 2, and the Illuminati rule does nothing about that. Well, it stops this being a 6, I suppose, because 6 was on that white dot. 1, 8, 4, 2. I'm looking at this row now. What I should be doing is getting up to the white dots. Now, 9 can't be on this white dot, for instance. Actually, 9 can't be on this white dot, and never has been able to be. So 9 in the box is there. This is 3, 5, or 6. What can this be? 2, 5, 7, or 9. Not 9, because of the white dot. 2, 5, or 7. So 5 is not possible here. This is 3 or 6. That is 2, 5, or 7. So the only place for 9 in column 3 is here. Is that going to do anything? I bet you it's not. That just puts 9 in one of those cells along with 1. This is 3 or 7. Don't think the rule does anything about that, even though it's on a long diagonal. That's so strange, this puzzle. That is 3 or 7 as well. That's a bit random. It just happens. Oh, well, it's not random. It's a pair. So that is an 8-9 pair instead. I mean, it's still sort of random, if I'm honest. I'm probably just still missing some huge old... Yes, look, 3 is looking up at that cell. I am. It's very hard. I mean, I could have put an Illuminati face out and it wouldn't have helped at all. That's where 2 goes now. 6, 2, so I'm looking in the row. What have I got? 5, 8, 7 to put here. That's not 7 anymore then. So 7 in the box must be here, according to what I did. Oh yes, that partly uses the Illuminati thing. So this is a 5, 8 pair. This is a 2, 3 pair. That fixes the column, or the bottom of the column. 7, 6, 5, 3. Now, can I not finish this box? No, I can't. But this is 5 or 6. This is 3, 5 or 6. In this row, I've got 5, 7 and 8 to place. Oh, in this column I've got 1, 3, 7, 9. I don't know, I'm still not done. 1, 4, 7. We need a 6 in this row, in one of those 2. The green 6 is not helping with that. 7 is looking at that cell. Why can't I see this? That's huge. That's going to do the 3, 5, 7 triples in boxes 1 and 7 for me. There we go, it does. Okay, that was big. Now, let's look along the rows. This is 1, 3, 9. That's not allowed to be 3 by ordinary Sudoku. But nothing in the Illuminati helps. That's now an 8. That's a 7. 3 has come out of there. This is a 5, 6 pair. That 7 puts a 7 here in box 6. 8 has fixed 8 there as well. This is 1 or 9, but the Illuminati tells me which. Oh, goodness, I mean, I guess what the Illuminati rule is doing is illuminating quite literally some cells, but not incredibly clearly from my point of view. So row 2, I should have finished that off ages ago. There we go. 6, 5, right. 5, 1. I think we are approaching a finish, but I've said that before. 2 and 6. That is now 1 or 3 by the rule, by the white dot. And I don't even know. I don't think the Illuminati rule is telling me which it is. What else have we got going on in the row, perhaps? 5, 1, 4, 7, 6. No, maybe. Oh, that is not 5 anymore. There we go. 8 and 9 up in box 1. Now, that is a 3 naked single, 2, 3, 1, 9 here, I think. 1 and 3, and there we go. That is Sumanta's puzzle. That's really clever, but it's a tough thing. Very interesting puzzle. I hope you had fun with that. I hope you saw your way through it a bit more clearly than I did. I mean, it's not been that hard. It's just been, I don't know, awkward or surprising, or it's a bit like light shining and you can't see it. I don't know. Anyway, very clever stuff. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.